Oh gosh. Hey guys, what's going on? I hope everybody is having a great day. I had said that I was going to start coming on here this morning because I'm actually an early bird, y'all, and I be up. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rashonda. Good morning, Lakeysha. Oh, she got a name like me. Good morning. Is it Dee Dee Hill? Peggy Brown. Good morning. Good morning, the network specialist. Oh, and I got my contacts in and still can't see. Is it Shorten? Good morning. So good morning, everybody. So, like I said, I wanted to come on here and just talk to y'all in the morning. Nothing is really going on with me. I got a lot of stuff planned. Like I said, I'm an early bird, so I'm normally up. I'm up at like 6, but I don't get out and get going until like after 8. Take my bath. I got my little breakfast over here. But like I said, I was gonna start going live in the morning just to chat with y'all. You know, it's a lot of things going on in the world. Y'all already know with this president. And I felt like this would be an opportunity, even if y'all wanted to come up and talk and say what's on your mind, what's, you got some issues going on, you want to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I wanted to kind of use this time for that. Like I said, I got some errands to run today. I shared with y'all yesterday that I'm done with my job. So what it does is it opens up my schedule more. So normally where I will be doing something else in the morning, I got this time. So I said I was going to go live. So I don't know if you all had the opportunity to watch Good Morning Danny's World. If you guys had the opportunity to watch Trump's speech to the joint session of Congress yesterday. Whew, and these are some of the things that are starting to really, really irritate me. And I try to, give myself an outlet to not get stressful because I don't really like being stressful. So another thing, y'all, I had said yesterday is I said, I need to lose some weight. Well, I went to the doctor yesterday because I've been going monthly because we're on this plan, for me to lose weight. Y'all, I lost 7 pounds last month. And I'm so happy. I'm like, dang, I feel like I did some modifications. But so this month, I'm going to, develop a schedule where I'm working out because, y'all, I'm going to be 50 in June. And I got to get it together. Okay. So that's something that I'm working on. And also with working out, I feel like that's going to alleviate stress. So that's kind of what I'm working on. So like I said, I want to use this time to kind of like talk about, what's going on in the world, what's going on with y'all. We can like check in the morning. But as I stated, I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to watch Trump's speech. And listen, if y'all support Trump, that's fine. But he crazy. I mean, the man, all he do is lie. I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm not the only one that think that. If you go to any headline on YouTube, they're pretty much saying the same thing, that Trump needs to stop lying. I mean, it's a fact. He's a liar. I mean, I'm not saying that he's the only, president that lied, but his lies are really easy to prove. So if y'all had the opportunity to watch him last night, I mean, the lies were so much to the point that I just couldn't even watch it anymore. But for those of y'all that missed it, we can watch it right here.
To the president's left.
And y'all pay attention to the boos in the crowd, y'all. They are booing this man to the point where they're telling them if they don't stop, they're going to be removed. So please pay attention. I literally had a headache. I said, I can't even watch this. Now, I ain't going to tell y'all what he lying about. Y'all just listen to this man. I said, this dude can lie at the drop of a hat. Like it's ridiculous. Y'all got to watch this.
Are Republicans. To the president's right. Behind the Joint Chiefs and the Supreme Court justices are Democrats. So keep that in mind as you see to whom he plays as he delivers his address.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Look, are y'all listening to the boos? Like, they're like, boo. So I'm just like, whoever voted for Trump, can y'all please stand up? Because something just not adding up. These people are booing him. Everybody is having these marches. I just want the people who voted for him to stand up, because I'm like, who voted for him? Like, something just ain't adding up here, right? It's just not.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever. Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
So y'all, they're going to start removing people because they're in such an uproar. That's why I'm like, whoever voted for Trump, can y'all please stand up? Because I'm just like, why are y'all acting like y'all didn't vote for this man? I'm confused.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start.
So guys, I just wanted to jump in there. I don't watch a lot of this, but I do watch some of it because it gives me a headache. But if you guys were watching social media at all, you know, the prime minister of, I can't even remember the country, but they are telling the United States of America that if you are going to make us pay tariffs, we're going to make you pay. And people saying that there's a possibility that they may cut our damn electric off, because I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize that some of what we get. So I'm learning a lot of this stuff myself. So he is talking about he's doing all of this shit when all he's doing is he messing up everything. So I don't know what this delusional, mentally ill man thinks he's doing, but everybody else, except for those Republicans, seem to think it's okay. But people saying even the Republican Party is just simply scared of him.
Start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight. My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.
Caitlin Collins, President Trump, promised unrelenting action and said he's just getting started. To his supporters, that's exciting. He's just getting started, unrelenting action. And to his detractors, that must sound rather bleak.
Yeah, Jake, there were several moments that stood out, most notably on tariffs and what has happened. You saw Republicans standing up and applauding Trump as he was talking about the reciprocal tariffs that he wants to put in place, the tariffs that he has already put in place on Mexico and Canada. That despite the unease that we have heard from those Republicans on Capitol Hill about the president's plan and about how it's going to impact a lot of them in their home states. And Jake, I'll note one thing that really stood out to me was the president did not sound like he is going to roll back these tariffs that he just put in place on Canada and Mexico. Despite the suggestions that we've heard from some of his advisors, he sounded incredibly dug in, not on the notion of this being a negotiating tactic, which certainly some Republican senators might prefer that, and instead the president seeming to say that he is in for the long haul on this. Obviously, that would be notable. And I think one of the most striking lines from this was what he said to farmers. He said that this might be an adjustment period, and he told them to have a lot of fun and that he loved them, but noted they may have to bear with him again. Jake, that's a reference to the tariffs he put in place the last time he was in office, when eventually we had to see the USDA bail out farmers to the tune of $28 billion. That has been a big question that has been looming over this time around.
Let's start with, in a 99-minute speech, particularly one given by President Trump, there's going to be some fact-checking that needs to be done. So let's bring in CNN's Daniel Dale, who's been very busy checking all the facts. Daniel, I know you can't do everything in that 99-minute speech, but give us some of the highlights.
Jake, President Trump was, believe it or not, marginally more careful with the facts tonight than he usually is. He was on script, so this was not like one of the usual ad-libbing rally speeches or debates with like 30 false claims. But by the standard of any politician in Washington who is not Donald Trump, that was still an extremely dishonest speech. I counted at least 13 flat false claims, and that is a preliminary count that doesn't include a whole bunch of additional misleading or
lies. So 13 lies, and these are just the ones that he counted. So the man, like I said, he needs to quit and stop lying so much.
Uncorroborated claims. He, for example, repeated his false claim that foreign countries like China pay his tariffs, though Americans make those tariff payments. He wildly exaggerated figures on inflation and immigration under President Biden. He claimed to have terminated something called the Green New Scam, even though the Green New Deal congressional resolution was never actually passed. And Trump has not repealed the big environmental law that President Biden did pass. There's a lot more, as you said. You can read our full list on CNN.com. But now I want to go into detail on an important and eye-catching claim that was highly misleading. The president talked at length about millions of people being listed as alive in a Social Security database, even though they're obviously dead. Listen.
3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. And one person is listed at 360 years of age, more than 100 years older than our country.
I've spoken to conservative experts about this claim, and they've noted, Jake, that the president is leaving out something absolutely critical to understanding this issue. Here's what he failed to explain. These numbers are not the numbers of dead people who are actually getting paid Social Security checks. Trump was referring to a legitimate problem with some deaths not being marked in the Social Security database, but that doesn't mean people listed as being 150, 200, 300 are actually getting money. And that's because Social Security already has a system in place to automatically cut off people who are listed as being 115 or older.
And guys, I just want to jump in on that. If y'all got the opportunity to listen to his speech, the man is telling y'all that they have found all of this fraud, and some of it is people receiving checks after they are dead. Let me tell you that that is a lie. I told y'all that I was working for the Internal Revenue Service. When a person dies, we are automatically notified. Social Security Administration, they automatically notifies us. So if your loved one dies or something, you don't really ever have to call the Internal Revenue because we are already notified. So what that means, a dead person can never collect a check because it is already in the system. But this man stood up there and told y'all that people 300 years old have been receiving checks. Lies, lies, and lies. He lied too much.
Now, 2 years ago, an inspector general looked into this. She found there were about 19 million people 100 or older who were not marked as deceased. But critically, she also found that only 44,000 of these people were actually receiving payments. And one conservative expert told me even those 44K are likely legit payments, since at the time there were about 86,000 living Americans age 100 or older. Now let's listen to something the president said about the war in Ukraine.
Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion.
Those are fictional numbers, and this is a fictional narrative. President Trump keeps telling the story about how the U.S. has sent Ukraine way more than Europe has collectively. In fact, Europe has committed and provided more aid to Ukraine during this war than the U.S. has. So Trump said the U.S. has spent maybe $350 billion and Europe $100 billion. Well, a German think tank that closely tracks this issue found the U.S. has committed about $126 billion, actually allocated about $121 billion, so way less than $350 billion. He said Europe has spent $100 billion, while the think tank found Europe had committed $263 billion, so way more, actually allocated about $140 billion. Now, you can get different numbers with different counting methodologies, but nobody legitimate, even the U.S. government itself, has gotten anywhere close to that $350 billion figure that President Trump keeps using, Jake.
Very, very interesting. One thing, though, that you didn't correct there that President Trump suggested, I did see a study from a European think tank that did suggest that Europeans do buy, or at least last year bought, more Russian oil and gas in terms of the cost than they provided aid to Ukraine. That part of it,
fair,
I think is fair, but you weren't taking issue with that.
I was not.
But that is an interesting thing for viewers to know. Thank you, Daniel Dale. Excellent work as always.
As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Welcome back to CNN special coverage of President Donald Trump's first address to Congress since returning to power. Trump blaming Biden there for current economic challenges while going on to admit that Americans could feel a little disturbance, in his terms, over his new tariffs and the price increases that might follow. Let's bring in CNN's Phil Mattingly in our newsroom now. And Phil, when it comes to the economy, did Americans get a clear answer, do you think, on what that potential impact of these tariffs will look like?
You know, Jake, what's most interesting, when you listen to President Trump's advisors, they acknowledge that when it came to the campaign, while there were a number of issues the president loved to talk about, the economy and grocery prices in particular were absolutely critical to their success. What we heard tonight from the president was an expansion on very clear and very expansive energy-related plans, but also a reiteration of a very clear belief President Trump holds, and that is as it pertains to tariffs, an issue that has rattled Wall Street, particularly over the course of just the last 23, almost 24 hours, but also consumers as well, with the president slapping 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, an additional 10% on China. Those are the three largest U.S. trading partners. And if you took anything at all away from President Trump's remarks tonight, it's that Wall Street traders or consumers who are looking at Trump's tariffs and thinking, maybe this is a negotiating ploy, maybe this is a tactic, maybe he doesn't mean them. they should take note of what was said. In particular, 4 words, President Trump talking about his forthcoming reciprocal tariffs proposal, saying, quote, "Now it's our turn," really underscoring a very clear belief the president has often talked about, advisors have often tried to keep him from pursuing, but now very clearly is on the books and on its way over the course of the coming weeks and months. Now, what's most fascinating about this, Jake, is over the course of just the last 15 hours, markets have whipsawed both in day trading, but also in trading after markets closed later in the afternoon, when one of Trump's top advisors seemed to allude to the possibility of a deal with China, or with Canada and Mexico, that would perhaps pull off those 25% tariffs. If you listen to Trump tonight, I think the reality is, and this is something underscored by advisors, his belief in the validity of tariffs as not just a strategic tool or a way to negotiate, but as a very real economic concept, dismissing large-scale views by economists that they don't work, that they do raise prices, that they could harm consumers. That was underscored tonight. Trump at one point saying that he believes tariffs are, quote, protecting the soul of our country. Jake, it's not just these tariffs that we saw over the course of the last 24 hours, the largest, most unprecedented in terms of scale that we've seen in decades. It's tariffs that are coming on April 2nd. The president making clear those reciprocal tariffs, they're coming, and they will be worldwide, Jake.
The first results of CNN's instant poll are in. Let's get right to CNN's bureau chief and political director, David Chalian. David, how did the voters that you snap polled feel about the speech?
Well, first, I just want to.
Okay, guys. So I wanted to show you guys something else. So, you know, when talking about what's bothering me, that is really bothering me because, listen, people have worked their entire life. I've worked since I was 14 years old, and I occasionally call Social Security, and y'all should do this too. You can call them and you can say, if I were to retire today, or if I was unable to work and I was drawing Social Security, what would I get today? And they would tell you, and they will also say, you know, they'll look at your age and say, okay, well, you got 10 years to go. So in 10 years, this is what you will get. So what he's trying to do is take that away. So initially, all the money that you have paid in Social Security that you're supposed to draw down on when you get to the point that you're not going to work, he's saying that it's not going to be there. That's going to devastate the hell out of this economy. So what are the old people supposed to do? Because we will all get to an age where we can't work. So you're saying we don't have the Social Security that we thought we would have because we paid into it. And then, you know, if you get to a certain age, and let me kind of break that down for y'all. Elderly people, when they get to a certain age, they can actually apply for Medicaid as long as they don't like own properties. But generally what people will do is, like, let's say if an elderly person owns a property, they'll put it like in someone else's name. But let me kind of explain to y'all, like, people will be like, well, I don't get Medicaid. Let me break it down, and y'all can Google this. It doesn't matter if you get Medicaid. Medicaid is the largest payer in healthcare in the world. So what Medicaid does for people who have commercial plans, like let's say you have a job, or let's say you just pay for a plan, or you have a business and you get your own plan. Because of Medicaid, and as much as, you know, the government pays in Medicaid, you actually get a break on what you pay. You don't see it because they don't say, okay, you know, Medicaid pays this, so you pay that. But because Medicaid is a huge payer in medical costs, period, everybody gets a discount. So it may not seem like a discount because healthcare is constantly rising. But if Medicaid leaves, let's say, you know, right now with your employer, you're paying $500 a month, $250 per pay period. You may be paying $2,000 a month. It may not even make sense for you to even work your job anymore. So people are not understanding this concept that if Medicaid leaves, even if you don't get it, you are going to feel it. This is something else that I wanted to share. And I'm not really into politics, but sometimes I be trying to make sense of what they're saying because I just need to make sense. So Trump is a liar. He is forever saying how he is going to, reduce the debt. And he talks about all the other presidents and how horribly they did when he is the MFer that did horribly. When Trump was in office, now this was the last time. Now we're going to read this together. It said when Donald Trump was in office, Donald Trump built a national debt that is so big, even before the pandemic, that it is going to weigh on us for years. So what that means is when Donald Trump was a one-term president, he built so much debt during the time that he was there, while he's talking about, cutting all these programs. He is the one that messed up a lot of stuff. I mean, he did so much to the budget, and, all of these tax cuts that he were giving for, millionaire, billionaire people that just average, regular, everyday folk just didn't get. So when he's talking about all of this averaging the budget and doing this man is strictly out for himself. I mean, so that's kind of bothering me. So I don't know, what y'all thoughts is on this. I try not to watch it because it is so much. And I just don't even know what to say. It's like I did what I was supposed to do. I took everybody in my house, we voted. We did not vote for him, but it's like, what have we come to? Like, it's to the point where they're saying that they only want certain reporters because they don't want the information to get out as to what they're doing. And I'm just like, I don't understand. And maybe I need to talk to a Trump supporter. I want to know, what did you vote for? Like, make me understand, why did you vote for Donald Trump? Because I don't see anything that he's doing for anybody other than himself, serving himself. And that's what he did last time. And now you're saying all these people that I just can't keep up with, because I'm laughing like, aha, that's what you get. They supported him, donated to him, and they're like, well, he, I didn't know he was going to do that. Well, I didn't think he would really do it. And I'm just like, what kind of delusion is that for a person to tell you that they're going to do something? Now, they told you this, but you still said, oh, I didn't think it was going to happen to me. I mean, I had that conversation with a person that actually voted for Trump. This person actually gets Medicaid. They get what is that? Housing assistance, Section 8. They get that. And I told this person, I said, well, Trump has signed an executive order saying that he's ending the housing assistance in 2 years. Now, keep in mind, this is a Trump supporter. And the person said, that's not true. And I said, well, what about it that's not true? Like, I'm confused. And the person said, well, mine is not going to end as long as I do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, excuse me. So if housing ends for everybody else, you think that it's going to be for you and everybody else ain't gonna have it? So I don't know if the Trump people is a special kind of delusion, because I just don't understand it. Medicaid is for low income. Medicaid is for low income. Medicare is for Social Security. Yeah, but if Social Security goes away, it's not going to be there, is it? I'm confused. So that is really what's bothering me. Trump and that's another thing, Trump, and I hate to say it, but did not Kamala tell these folks that? They said Trump is going to go in there with a vengeance. He went after all the people that investigated him when all of those people were doing their jobs. So you done went after those people. This is just the most craziest. Yeah, so that is really bothering me. That is, and like I said, I've been not watching it because it's just so, it's too much. It's so much. It is so much. So I don't know. Like, I have no idea what is going to happen. And the bad thing about this, is with Congress is the Republicans, they kind of outweigh the Democrats. Now, the only way they win. You have to have a certain amount of people that vote a certain type of way. But what we're learning, y'all, with this Trump, with these Republicans, they are so loyal to Trump. They so loyal. I'm just like, what's really going on? I don't know, y'all. So that's really bothering me. That is really bothering me. Also, y'all, I heard this in the car when I was dropping my son off at school. Now, I haven't fact checked this, but y'all tell me if y'all heard this. They say that it's something going on around on social media in which Elon Musk is trying to get the George Floyd police officer killer, trying to get him out of jail. And I'm just like, what? Now, I don't know. Did y'all hear that? I heard that on the radio. I live in Atlanta. Well, not in Atlanta, but Georgia. I heard that on the radio where they're trying to get this man out of jail. Now, I'm like, they better not get that damn man out of jail. Okay, you heard it too, Venus. I was like, what? Yes. Let he don't need to get out. We saw him on camera with his knee on that man's neck. He don't need to get out. And now Trump is talking about he wants to put in law that if you kill a police officer, you get the death penalty. I'm just like, so you making it easy for the police to kill people. I'm just like, y'all, I don't know. So that's bothering me. So I don't know. Hey, Peggy. Yeah, so I don't know. That is really bothering me. But y'all know what is really, really bothering me, though? What's really bothering me to my core is how, and I don't want to make this like a black or a white thing, but if you think that Trump really like black people, you are really crazy. If you really think that he really like black people, you are really crazy. Trump uses black people. That's what he does, because he wants to appear to the delusional crazies that he really like y'all. That man don't like black people. Everything he does is against. Hello, he don't like black people. Don't tell me about, oh, he just hired the lady who, just got out of, he just hired, a black woman to be in his cabinet. So what? That don't mean he like black people. That man don't like black people. So that is really getting on my nerves. Hi, tea talk with your girl. So y'all, that's what's bothering me. Like I said, I'm going to try to not get too much into it because I'm telling y'all, it's a lot. It is a lot. But yeah. So if y'all want to what's bothering y'all, if y'all want to come up and, talk about what's bothering y'all, you most definitely are welcome. But yeah, that's what's bothering me. So hopefully I can get it down to a level 2, because right now it's like at a 10. So yeah, that's bothering me. That's bothering me a lot. Yeah, so that's kind of what I want to get off my chest this morning. What y'all talking about in the chat? What y'all saying in here? Yeah, they want to. Yeah, and it's so disturbing, that's pretty much what he's saying. He want the black, the police to get away with, and it's really sad. I'm just like, what is the world coming to? And it's so sad that the black folks, somebody, a person told me, yeah, I voted for Trump and I'll vote for him again. I hung them the phone up and blocked you. Don't call me again. Like, I just can't talk to people like that anymore. I'm just like, what? I just don't understand it. Exactly. Unemployment, homelessness, and killings. Exactly. And I'm just like, oh boy. You said the innocent instigator. I heard all about Trump before social media and reality shows. My dad used to drive him. He's the absolute racist. Like, Trump is the type of racist that he's a racist, but he want to try to appeal to black people. Get on somewhere with that. Go. He's the worst kind of racist, because just say you don't like black people. Stop trying to pretend to yeah, I had a lot of black people that voted for me. Yeah, my black supporters. I'm just like, man, gone somewhere with that. I don't think there's anybody that I hate, but I maybe want to add him to the list. Yes, the innocent instigator. And let me just be clear. I like Tasha K until I saw that. I can't do that. Let me tell you something. If you voted for Trump, I don't want you to like me because I don't like you. So when I saw, let me just be honest. When I saw that video of Tasha K saying that she voted for him, it really let me know just how ignorant she really is. I'm just going to be honest because I'm not voting for anybody. Like, let me make sure y'all understand something. When I vote for a president, now I'm not saying they don't lie. Now I'm not saying that they don't lie, but Trump is the worst. I could not vote for Trump because he totally divides the nation. He does that. So I could not vote for him for that. The man is a racist. And what else is there to say? So I couldn't vote for him. But when I saw Tasha K not only voted for him, she did a video about it. And I was like, when I saw that, I said, yeah, I understand just how ignorant she is and just how uneducated she is because, yeah, I don't understand that. And keep in mind, Tasha K, she ain't, somebody that's a millionaire or came from money. She used to be a waitress. So it's like if you came from a certain type of lifestyle, you know what struggle is. So why would you say you're voting for Trump because now you making a few dollars? I mean, make it make sense. What about you when you was a what were you what's them people that take the orders, the waitress? What about that? So I saw that and my whole understanding about her changed because I'm just like, I voted for Trump because I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump. Ooh, take that away. I didn't vote for Trump because, again, I knew he was a racist. I saw him as a liar. Not only that, this man has 39 felonies. He was able to become president. He went back and had the Republicans to create a law that wouldn't convict him, all while getting sentenced, and now he can't go get no jail time. What black man in history ever did that? When Obama was in office, he ran with this narrative that Obama was the illegal alien or whatever he came up with. So I don't like Trump. As a matter of fact, I hate Trump. Okay. And I don't like at all. So it's really bad. So that is really, really, really bothering me. Because it's definitely, something against people of color. And then here's the deal, with the DEI stuff, the crazy part about the DEI stuff is the most people that benefit from that is white women. And it just goes to show how ignorant people is. DEI has nothing to it's not just, color. DEI was created really because white men was getting all the opportunity. So who else did it help? It helped white women. Actually, they said white women are the most group of people that benefited from it. But to use it and weaponize it against black people, I didn't like that. So I didn't like that. So yeah, so that's what's on my mind. And hopefully after this, I can go outside and get some exercise because it's a lot. Yep, I even said that at work once while Biden was in office. Right. People don't understand how real it's about to get out here. It will be survival of the fit. Jobs will be hard to get. Yeah, listen, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I went in the store yesterday. Did y'all know eggs is $10? Now, I don't know if it's just the store I went to, but I would assume that they would just be in the same ballpark. But $9 and something, almost $10. I said, okay, am I seeing stuff? Because, so yeah, Yeah, I'm out here in Nebraska and now people are panicking. The farmers forgot they had immigrants working for them. Yes, they predicted this state will be bankrupt in 6 months. I've been unemployed since August and no callbacks. Captain Venus, have you tried to start you a YouTube channel? Try that. Get on YouTube. Like I said, like I told y'all yesterday, don't overlook YouTube. Y'all be on here all the time. People are making money on YouTube. Start you a channel. And listen, Captain Venus, I'm right here with you. I mean, I've done so many things with regards to a job. I told y'all I used to be a principal. I was a teacher. I got a master's. I got a bachelor's. I started off with my, associate. So when I apply for jobs, I have to make so many resumes because literally I'm dumbing down my resume. And I was so over that too. I'm just like, I'm literally applying, taking stuff off because I'm trying to make myself look qualified, but not overly qualified. So yeah, she has, but unfortunately, when it comes to Black people, we are crabs in a barrel and they tried to shut her page. Oh, they did. But yeah. So you know what, Captain Venus, you know, YouTube has taught me a lot and I get it. It does come with a lot of BS. It really does. It really does. But I think what helped me is I said to myself, I don't even know these damn people. And what I've learned is some people will put more energy than to bring you down. But what you have to do is give them no energy because what you'll do, and this is what I learned, you're going to exhaust yourself responding to people who say they don't even like you, right? So you're going to exhaust yourself responding to them. So a lot of times now, like if I see stuff, I just put it on there that they can't comment anymore. You know what I mean? So you have to do what works for you. Yes, T-Talk and Innocent are my friends and saw me go through it all. Oh, okay. T-Talk are my friends. I may give it a try, but I will not do for pop culture. So this is, and I think I mentioned this before. I don't know what it is about Black people. Like, and this is not all Black people. This is by no means all Black people. So we had an appointment scheduled for you today. Girl, what time is it? Oh boy, I'm sorry. But anyways, so I don't know what it is about us. You know, a lot of times we don't like to see people succeed. And I'm just not that person. Like I am not that person. And let me just explain to y'all something. If I meet people like that, I get the hell away from them because anybody that I hang around or anybody I know, I want the best for people. Like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, well, you know, I want you to be doing good as long as you're not doing better than me. I don't even measure my success with other people because what you may want to do, I might not want to do. And to be honest, I've had the same goals some of them has changed since I was a little girl. Like I always wanted to go to college. I always wanted to, you know, own my own property. Now that I'm a little bit older, I never thought that I would do YouTube, but I like it. Like I'm not that type of person to be like, you know, oh, I want to be a movie star. Like let's say if I had a friend that was an actress, I'm gonna be like, go on, girl, do your thing. That's something, you know, that my son likes. But I'm just not the type of person to get wrapped up in other people's dreams. Hey, do you? I'm just not. But I know there are people like that, and I have experienced them. And baby, I have prayed like God take them people away from me. So I'm genuine. I don't like people like that. I don't like that. And I will tell you this on YouTube, you will find it because when I first got on YouTube, I was nice, baby. I had to get ugly because I'm like, hold on, did you just try me? So people will try you and they will do stuff to you because like I said, when I first came on here, I was nice. I would go, like if people were doing videos and I was up, I would go and join, you know, I'm just being nice, you know, because I'm still a regular person. I still watch YouTube, and people, girl, I said, oh, okay, let me just, so I had to change because I'm like, these people are not going to run me away from YouTube with their BS. You'll learn too that people will start issues with you so they can make videos about you. And I'm just like, huh? So yeah, it's another world, over here on YouTube, but you got to just learn that what you're going to do is what you're going to do. Like some days I read the comments, and then some days I'll be like, I'm not reading the comments, because sometimes you can be overwhelmed with stuff that people are saying, and it impacts you. So you have to not allow yourself to get in a place where you're going to abandon. If this is what you want to do, you have to do what it is that's going to make you stronger, and not do whatever is going to make you weak. Like if you feel like, reading the comments is going to send you on a tailspin, don't read them. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to do what is going to make you successful. If it's blocking people, if it's making them not respond on your post or whatever, keep in mind, if it's your channel, you run it like it's your channel. Whatever you don't want, it's your channel. You do what you need to do for your channel. Like your channel is for you. Like when I did a video one time and somebody was like, well, all you did was talk about yourself. I said, yeah, because it's my channel. So don't stand on whatever it is you're doing, and it's your channel. And if y'all don't like it, because even be in the comments, like people be complaining, I'd be like, go somewhere else. Like, I really want you to go somewhere else. Like, I'm really not one of those people. And I see content creators, and I'm not talking about them. Everybody run their channel different. Some of them been doing it longer than me. So obviously they got more experience, but I like to give my opinion. Like sometimes I see people doing videos and I feel like they're doing it because, they want to get people to watch it. Like obviously you want people to watch your video, but I want to feel confident in the video I'm doing. Even if the person don't see it that way, I'm gonna still do it, because you got to be authentic to yourself. So try it again, just, I don't know, figure out a way that's going to make it work for you. Run it your way, and don't try to fit into groups. Yes, I notice a lot still act like we're in high school. Yes. So I'm going to tell y'all this too. I do watch YouTube, but I'm going to tell you this. I stopped watching certain people, because what I also learned is when I watch people, I become accustomed to how they do stuff, and it's almost impossible for me not to do what they do. So sometimes you got to stop watching people that's doing what you do and watch other creators that's doing things, but not exactly what you're doing. So try that, because I had to stop watching people because I start saying stuff and I'm just like, where that came from? So just try to stay in your authentic self and be whoever you are, because what you have to understand is people will like you for you. They can't like you for what you're doing that somebody else is doing, because that ain't why they watch you. So if that makes sense, but just try it again. Good morning. Keep going with your channels. Hey, Lakeysha. Just try it again. I mean, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I mean, send me a message. I mean, I'll try to help you to see, whatever it is. I don't know what your channel is about. I don't know a lot about a lot of different niches. Like my son does gaming, and I'm like, boy, I can't help you. I don't know nothing about gaming. So depending on what it is, I don't know stuff about everything. I literally let me just tell you, I started doing the news and, talking about the reality shows simply because I was already consumed with it. Like I was already watching these things. I was already having these conversations. And what ended up happening is I would turn on YouTube and I was like, they talk about that on YouTube. So that is how I developed my new concept, which, I talk about the shows, because I really didn't know that people were watching the shows and actually coming on YouTube to actually talk about it. And initially I was like, well, why would you watch the show and come on YouTube? Like how does that? But then as I start to understand, I said, okay, it makes sense, because I was doing the same thing. I was literally watching the shows and going to YouTube to see what they were saying. So if that makes sense. Okay, so what else is on y'all mind? Anybody else? Anybody else? What's on your mind? If you guys are not following me here on Snapchat, please go ahead and follow me on Snapchat. I don't know if y'all familiar with Snapchat, Captain Venus. If you want to get into the content creation space, I'm going to tell you to check out Snapchat as well. Get over on Snapchat. I went to a Snapchat training. I think that's what they called it. Here in Atlanta, it was magnificent. Try it out. Check it out. Like I said, I'm trying out Snapchat, just trying to open up other, means of revenue. I love YouTube. Don't get it twisted, but on Snapchat, I actually can make smaller forms of content, which is 1 minute. On Snapchat, I actually can make smaller. I got you. Can you hear?
I can. I had to turn off you were talking on the computer. First, I just want to say I'm so glad to catch this live. I watch you all the time. You're one of my favorite. I just watched your video this morning while I was getting dressed on them icing sweet tea out and actually mentioned it in my video. I love your channel and I love right now what you're giving back to the like Captain Venus and even myself listening, although I'm a content creator, I'm still a baby in this, you know what I mean? So I'm still learning and still experiencing people, using your name, coming at you like you said, just in order for you to fight with them and stuff like that. So I'm like trying to keep that kind of stuff under control. So being here listening to you is really encouraging. And I want to just say I love your channel and I'm at work, so I got to get off of here. But keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it right.
Thank you. Have a great day. Okay, y'all. And I want to talk about that too, because she did mention a very good point. She said people using your name. Y'all, I had got sucked into that. And I realized, well, I didn't realize because I wasn't used to the back and forth on social media stuff. So you know how if somebody else tell you, they'll see it differently because you're in it, you're not seeing it that way. So I kind of got wrapped up in it and I was responding and somebody was like, no, don't do that. Let me tell you what that is. And I was like, oh, shoot. So I realized that I was getting swept up in the social media stuff, beef to go back and forth. And once I realized that, I said, listen here, I come on social media to connect with people. And also, let's be serious. I ain't finna sit here and lie to y'all. I get paid for coming on here. I mean, everybody else do too. So I don't have any interest in going back and forth with people. And then I don't even know you. Like, it just don't make sense. So once I realized that, I was like, never again am I responding to, because it's just dumb. It don't make sense. But Captain Venus, like I said, if you, send me an inbox or whatever, I would love to see what I can do to help you. I want to see you win, girl. It's easy. Listen, if I can do it, I'm telling y'all, anybody can. Because when I tell you my technology skills is zero, y'all see that zero? Like I have none. I have a MacBook now. Baby, when it's break or I don't know what's going on, I go right to the store. Like, help me. They already know. I walk in like, look, they already know I'm a content creator and I'll go there and take classes, but it's so much to learn on the MacBook that now, so I have a MacBook and then I have a HP. I don't know if it's just because I'm old, y'all, but I'll, be on the MacBook and then sometime I'll go on the PC and then I'm on the PC like, because I forgot how to work it because the MacBook is different. So listen, don't be discouraged. There is no help on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. It's not. People don't want to help you. And I don't know if it's, if they just don't want to help you, they could be busy just trying to figure it out themselves. So just try it again. Don't get discouraged. A grown conversation like this is what is needed. We try and escape our jobs, kids, and everything everyday struggle. So I like laugh, some gossip. Yes, yes, yes. I'm with it. And that was another reason too. You know, I was like, look, I'm gonna get on here and we could just chop it up about anything. So yeah, I agree. I agree. After this, I gotta run my son, you know, to his appointment. So it's like, let me kind of get on here. And like I said, y'all, we can do this like every morning. You know, in the morning. I mean, if y'all can join, you can join. Otherwise, if you want to put something in the chat, that's fine. And I can read it that way. Captain Venus, it's crazy how the two people that has helped me the most is on the live right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, girl, you gotta like look. If you, like I said, you will be surprised who will help you. Now, I reached out to somebody on YouTube, but the person that I reached out to, she wasn't really active a lot on her channel. But I reached out to this one person on YouTube. I'm not going to mention her name. She probably don't want me to mention her name, but I reached out to her for help and I was ready to pay because I'm like, I'm not going to, you know, take somebody's time. And I didn't know, you know, I didn't even know her. So I had sent her an email and, you know, she finally had gotten, you know, she had responded and we ended up talking. Me and this woman stayed on the phone for hours. Like she was telling me so much information, helping me out. And I'm just like, girl, how much? Like, I got to give you something. She was like, nothing, like didn't charge me anything. And I respected her for that. 'Cause I was like, dang, I was ready. But, you know, sometimes you just got to like, you know, help people. Everything all the time ain't about money. So like I said, if I can help you, girl, send me a message. I don't know everything now, you know, so I ain't gonna, you know, pretend like I do. But, you know, if it's something basic, you know, I can try to help you. What I have learned, you know, with YouTube is everybody use different stuff. So if you're, you know, asking somebody a technical question, it's probably because they just don't use it, you know, because we all use different stuff to create videos. Now, one thing I have gotten very familiar with, and I feel like I'm learning a lot, is StreamYard. Now, when I first started doing videos, I was not using StreamYard, or I would use it and didn't know what the hell I was doing. But it's a lot that you can actually do on StreamYard. But like I said, a lot of times they use different stuff. So it really depends on what everybody is using. So yeah, but what I want to end with, if y'all have not looked into my course, here it is. Things that I would like to show you, especially the ones who have purchased the course or you're interested in the course, is the actual analytics. Now, this is something that I did not originally show you guys, but I want to be an open book and I want you guys to actually take the course, and not only take the course, but actually believe what I'm saying. When I said that I made $7,000 being my first 30 days on YouTube, let me explain that to you. In order to get paid on YouTube, you actually have to get monetized. So from the time that I was monetized, which I actually started creating the content, was under 90 days. So that first 30 days of checks was approximately $7,000. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this in my video so you guys can be able to see the analytics and actually see what I made. Now, here on YouTube, I'm roughly a year in, give or take a few months. My actual number is, and I'm going to put it up here, is $82,882.33. And I'm going to say that is no money compared to what people are actually earning on YouTube, especially when you've been here for several years. But for me, somebody who just came to YouTube, did not even know what I was doing, but I was able to figure it out relatively quickly. Okay, so that is why you guys need to take the course, because I have results. I am not one of those people that's been on YouTube for years. I am new to YouTube. I figured it out relatively quickly, and this is why I need you guys to purchase the course. So as I stated, I'm going to clip the analytics in the video so that you guys can actually see the breakdown and how I earned the income. But overall, it was the $82,800 $82.33. So I want you guys to keep that number as an earning for the year, because keep in mind, as I stated over and over again, I started the channel in under 90 days, I was able to monetize. And that is exactly what I want for you guys. This is what I want you guys to understand, and I think a lot of people don't understand. When you come to YouTube, we are all creators. So we are creating content that we like to create, but in essence, we are getting paid to create this content. Now, a lot of people will not tell you this. I know it's one creator on YouTube that actually shares his income, and I don't have anything to be afraid or ashamed of. And I also want you guys to understand, I only do this for a few hours a day, and sometimes I don't even create videos. So when you guys see what my earnings is, I want you to understand that you actually can earn more than me. I'm only on YouTube a few hours a day. So I don't want you to take what I earn as something that you will earn, because you can earn more. You can definitely earn more if you do this full time. But just look at, my analytics, and this can reassure you that I'm not just creating a fake video and selling a course based on something that I was not able to do. I want you guys to understand, I am a college graduate. When I came to YouTube, I was actually coming to YouTube just to have fun, because I hated my job. It was boring, and I started work at 3 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I need to do something before 3 o'clock because I'm up in the morning. When I came to YouTube, that is all I was looking for, to create videos. And I believe originally, if you guys go back and look at my channel, I originally started creating videos because I wanted to help people change and create their resumes. But I ended up creating another channel where I'm doing something similar, but let's kind of stay focused. The earning potential on YouTube is definitely something that you can do. If it wasn't attainable, I would not be telling you. Again, I knew nothing about YouTube. I figured it out. This course was created strictly for you, so that you can take the information that it took me a year to figure out, and you can start off with, hitting the ground running and possibly make more income than I actually earned, because I didn't have anybody to help me. So please take the information, take the analytics information, so that you can see how I started on YouTube. I knew nothing about YouTube, and I was able in a year to make $82,882.33. I'm looking over because I'm actually looking at the actual analytics for my channel. So hopefully this pressures you guys and put some fire behind your butts to get on and come on aboard. You can actually do some great things on YouTube. I don't know what is inside of you. I don't know what type of creator you are. You can be cooking, you can be knitting, you can be fixing computers, you can give counseling advice. There is so many things that you can do, but one thing you must do right now today, you need to get started and you need to purchase the course. Okay, guys, so one last thing I wanted to say. I did hear from some people who actually wanted like hands-on experience. And when I say hands-on experience, you know, like how you may have an issue with something and you just need somebody to like show you. So what I've been thinking of doing, I was like, wow, I didn't think about that, because some people are on, maybe you're not monetized, or maybe you just have a couple of questions with a few things. So I've been kind of entertaining, like maybe having a group, maybe do it for an hour or two where we can do a screen share and answer questions, maybe something like that, because I just got the idea when people were like, well, I just had a few questions, and I'm like, okay, well, send me the questions. So I was answering it through the email. So that may be something, that I can do to kind of like help in a different way, because with the course, now what I want to make sure y'all understand is the course is for somebody who trying to like figure out everything. Now, there are parts of the course that tell you what I did, but I can pretty much tell you right here, if you want to be successful on YouTube, you got to post videos. Like, there is nobody that'll be able to tell you how to be successful if you're not posting. Even if nobody is watching your content, you got to post it. So that's just kind of like a thing that you have to do. So if you are not posting content, even if nobody is not watching it, you still have to post, because it's a reason behind it. Even if you are posting content that people are not watching, what it's going to do over time is it's going to give you the analytical information so that you will be able to see what you're doing wrong. So, okay, just make sure you post it. If you want to purchase the course, that's fine. Hit me up and we can talk about something else. I'll see y'all later.